Good morning and welcome to Life with Lisa T. My name is Lisa. If you're new here, um, I welcome everybody. In today's video, we're back in the kitchen. I want to make some chocolate chip cookies, some peanut butter cookies, and perhaps even some more biscuits so I can make myself some sausage biscuits to take to work for me. I haven't decided if I'm going to do sausage biscuits or if I'm going to try a breakfast casserole. Um, Part of the reason for learning how to cook from scratch is because our budget is really tiny right now, especially since we've had some things break. So cooking from scratch is one way to stretch our food dollars, because if you're making it yourself, you're not buying it. So the sweets that we all enjoy eating is one way we can make our food dollars stretch. Because if I can make them in-house, they're going to taste better for one thing. They're going to be fresher and they're going to have less chemical preservatives. So again, today we're going to make cookies. So I'm going to switch this up a little bit and change the camera angle and put you face down so you can see what I'm doing. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this video and stay tuned. Okay, so the things that you're going to need for this are a couple of mixing bowls, a electric mixer, some butter, some chocolate chip cookies. All I have in the house right now is bread flour, so I'm going to use the bread flour. You need some brown sugar, you need regular sugar, and you need baking soda, vanilla, and salt, and I think that's all. Yes. So the recipe calls for 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, a teaspoon of baking soda, a half teaspoon of salt, a half cup of butter, and a half cup of shortening. I don't have any shortening, so I'm going to use all butter. A cup of packed brown sugar, a half cup of granulated sugar, 2 eggs, 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla, and the whole package of chocolate, semi-sweet. Well, I bought milk chocolate because I like that better. And I didn't buy the walnuts, so you could put walnuts in it if you want. So that are the things you're going to need. I also pre-prepared my baking sheets with some parchment paper. If you put the parchment paper down, they don't stick, and you don't have to spray those with non-stick cooking spray. Okay, so overall, this recipe, it said it made 72 cookies, but in reality, it made 54, and that's what they look like. Um, there's that. Um, and when you open them, they're actually very good. I've already eaten one, but it was one of the burn ones, and this is what the burn ones looks like. Um, so I don't recommend using parchment paper under cookies. Um, just because that's I'm pretty sure that's what caused these to burn. And I had to adjust my baking temperature because my oven runs a little hot, so I had to turn it down to like 325 to keep them from burning. Um, but overall, these turned out really well. I'm very pleased with it. It does feel like it's missing something, and I wish I would have gotten the walnuts to put in there. But overall, in reality, considering what you pay for chocolate chip cookies in the grocery store, I mean, if you're buying Chips Ahoy, making them at home is only maybe $1 cheaper, really. But the benefits of making your cookies at home from scratch means that you can control what ingredients goes in it. There's no preservatives in these cookies, no softeners, and no chemicals that shouldn't be there. So that's the main benefit for making cookies at home. Um, Also, let's talk about the flour that I used. And now I used bread flour because I didn't have enough all-purpose flour to use for this recipe. It could be why these cookies didn't, I'm pretty sure that's why these cookies didn't spread like normal cookies. When you bake them, they spread out a little bit as far as dropped cookies are concerned. But bread flour has more protein in it, so it makes more gluten, so it didn't spread nearly as much as it would have if I'd have used all-purpose flour. So keep that in mind. I just use bread flour because that's what I have the most of. For my next recipe, I am going to make peanut butter cookies, and with the peanut butter cookies, I am going to use all-purpose flour because I have enough flour for that. And peanut butter is my favorite. So for this recipe, for the peanut butter cookies, it calls for 1¼ cups of all-purpose flour, 3/4 cups of 3/4 teaspoons baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a 1/2 cup of butter, a 1/2 cup of peanut butter, a 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, a 1/2 cup of packed brown sugar, an egg, and a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. I'm going to tweak this recipe a little bit because my eggs are really small, so I think I may go ahead and put 2 eggs in there, and because I want it to have a really strong peanut butter flavor, I'll probably put extra peanut butter in there and not just a 1/2 cup. But whether or not I put that extra egg in there depends on what it looks like when I cream the sugar with the butter. And this time I was actually smart. I put my butter in the microwave and softened it a little bit. So hopefully I won't have as much trouble creaming it with the sugar as I did with these chocolate chip cookies. Anyway, stay tuned. We're going to make peanut butter cookies now. Okay, so the recipe actually made 44 cookies. I think it said it made 48. So if I made the batter for the dough for the chocolate chip cookies a little too dry, I made the peanut butter cookies a little too wet, but they turned out absolutely amazing. This is what they look like. Can you see that? And they're a little bit thin. Oh, but they are absolutely amazing. Too good. So, that's my 2 cookie batches that I'm making. I have decided the day is too pretty outside. It's warm weather. I think I'm going to call it a wrap in my kitchen today. Instead of making my breakfast casserole, I'm going to go outside and spend some time getting the garden ready. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time and attention. And remember, scratch made is awesome made. And I will see you in the next video.